till verse 17. Today we are going to learn about why satsang is important. Why is it important to attend satsangs? And why is it important to be very focused, attentive, and listening and looking at it? The reason why this is done, we will be learning today. So, we will be starting with the verse. Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 1, Canto 1, chapter 2, verse 18, Divinity and Divine Services. Verse 18, by regular attendance in class on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. And loving service unto Krishna, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Now, Srimad Bhagavatam is a very, very important text for literally everybody who is following Sri Krishna. It contains stories of Sri Krishna. Now, what you got to understand is, how do you come to know these stories? You will come to know these stories only if you are listening to the satsangs. See, in case of Parikshit was sitting over there and Sukhdev was passing from there, and Sukhdev came over there and started talking about Sri Krishna and his stories. This is extremely important. For 7 days and nights, continuously, Parikshit Maharaj listened to the stories of the Lord and he got moksha. He got enlightened, kind of. Okay, moksha is different than enlightenment. We have already discussed about it, but just to get an understanding, he gets liberated. Okay, let us say that word. How did this happen? Sukhdev was talking about it. He was giving a satsang. There were lots of yogis sitting over there, lots of sages and saints were also sitting over there. They were also listening. Now, Sukhdev is a person who has been given this knowledge by his father, Vedvyas. Vedvyas is an avatar of Sri Krishna himself. You should know this. His job was to separate the Vedas out and create this kind of a system where everybody follows a particular tradition. And that is the reason why if you see your Kundali, your ephemeral chart, in that you will find, if you are a Brahman, which particular sage you belong to. Like somebody will say, I come from this particular sage, say Vashishta or whoever, okay, Durvasa. It depends. Then again below that it will be written from which part of the Veds you are. Samvedi and Rigvedi Brahmans, you see, I'm sure you have heard of this. So this was given, this separation was done. Now here what happens is, Sukhdev had listened to the entire stories from his father, and now Sukhdev is relating these stories to the king Parikshit. All this is heard by Sutta Goswami and all the other sages sitting over there. Got it? And later on, when Sutta Goswami is going out in the world, his disciples ask him a question. Can you please tell us these stories which you have heard from Sukhdev's mouth? I hope you got it. Now, why is this important? This was a question which you need to know the answer for. Listening to the satsang is extremely important. I gave you all a homework. I told you that you should watch a particular video. It is very important for you to watch that. Why did I tell you that? How is it connected to what I am talking just now? I will give you the answer. When the child is conceived and when the child is in the womb of the mother, that time, the way in which the mother is reacting to the world, she has to be extremely happy. She has to react very nicely. The food that she consumes has to be very, very conducive to her body and the child. She has to be active. I'm sure you have seen there are lots of activities that a woman is supposed to do when she's pregnant. She's not supposed to be just sitting over there doing nothing. Her activity is important. So what happens is, if you've seen this video, in that doesn't he say that 50% of the genetic structure gets modified in the mother's womb vis-a-vis the way in which he comes out in the world. So if the child is listening to the stories, he is going to be very happy. Now, do you remember the part where Abhimanyu listened to the entire story, half of it rather, of how to fight the war? In a similar manner, you will find that there are lots of children, including Ashtavakra. I'm sure you have heard of Ashtavakra. Now, Ashtavakra was also, he criticized his father from inside the womb. Can you imagine that? That is why Kahola cursed him. Kahola is the name of his father. So Kahola cursed him, and that is why he became Ashtavakra. The way in which his body was shaped, it was crooked in 8 different ways. Now, the child gets affected by what they hear. Remember, the first thing in any scripture, whether it is this or any scripture, what is the first thing that is there in this world? It is called the sound. Isn't it the sound? The Omkara, isn't it? That is why it is called the Pranava, the first sound that is created. First thing that got created is called the sound, the Omkara. So the words which you people may speak, now the mother and the father may speak, or the people around may speak, that is also listened in by this child. And that is why Dr. Bruce Lipton, when he was giving that talk, he said these words, you should listen to it. It is also a scientific fact. And then, from the age of 0 to 7, there is a modification happening in his subconscious mind, the subconscious part of the brain. So he's absorbing things. If the parents are fighting and they are calling each other names and there's a lot of hassle going on around in life, there is poverty, there are so many things, the child is getting affected and he's grasping it. He is grasping it till the age of 7, and then he keeps it in his mind, which is called the subconscious mind. This subconscious mind is attracting everything. So after the age of 8 onwards, he starts reacting to the way in which the parents were doing. And he accepts that it is a normal thing in life. Suppose the parents are the fighting type. The child will also believe that, okay, I also have to fight. Okay, if the parents are mean to each other, they call each other names, 4-letter words and all that, the child accepts it that this is how they speak, so I also will speak. I hope you get this. That is why it is extremely important for a mother to behave properly, because the father may not be around. See, understand one thing. The father may not be around when the child is conceived after the conception, he may be going to work and coming. The mother may be at home, she may take a maternity leave or whatever. But that is the formative years in the womb, and outside is the formative years in when the child comes out. Now what happens? If you are going to listen to everything in the world that is happening around you, your conscious mind is picking up things from everywhere. And you become judgmental in life. You look at something and you become judgmental. Today there are lots of people moving away from spirituality. Why are they moving away from spirituality? Because their parents have not at all, they are not at all interested in bringing their child up with this kind of stories or whatever. See, as a child, have you not heard that we go through, at least during my time, we listen to Hans Andersen's tales and Grimm's fairy tales, and I read a lot of this kind of stuff. So for me, I was always living in a world of mystery. I read Enid Blyton, Alfred Hitchcock, those kind of things, or mysterious stuff. So for me, life was a mystery, and that is how I reacted in the world. So the way in which the world is, you start making judgments on everything around you. So now let us come back to the subject. The subject is that when now you are grown up people, you are listening to the satsang. The satsang are nothing but words which are going to enter your ears, and they will enter your inner being. They create waves. These are nothing but kind of energy particles within you, and then they incite you towards that domain. See, I'm sure you have seen in India there are lots of cases happening. Now in Bangalore there are, I think that woman got killed, so many pieces, and in Calcutta something happened, and in USA something happened, in England something happened, in all these countries everything is happening, correct? When all these things are happening in this world, we are listening to it, we are seeing it, we are watching in the media, in social media, and every other place. Does it affect you or no? Do you feel bad about it? Naturally you feel bad about it, isn't it? Sometimes you see, why should this happen? This is a bad thing happening. Now, when that is happening, are you giving your response to it or no? Now, these are stories of Lord. So when you are listening to the satsangs, when you listen to the satsangs, you are taking in a lot of these words, and these are very, very good words. They are the words of the Lord. So when you listen to them, you are basically listening to something by the regular attendance of the class of Bhagavatam, that is number one, and rendering service unto the Guru. That means that pure devotee is a Guru. So normally in our scriptures, it is mentioned that if you have a Guru, your job is to listen to the satsangs of all these great scriptures. People in this world today are not giving those satsangs. See, satsang is what? You will find that Eknath Maharaj was there. He gave satsangs. There was Swami Ramdas, Samartha Ramdas was there. He gave satsangs. There was Tukaram Maharaj. He sang songs. Mirabai, she sang songs. See, everybody, you will find that whoever is in spiritual, they are doing this. They are not talking about politics and all those things. Do you understand? If you really want to be in spiritual, you are not supposed to be talking about material worldly stuff over there. Why is there this? Why is there that? These things are not valid. So listening to satsang is about the scriptures only. Listening to God's stories. That is what he's saying. So what happens when you listen to this and you perform service unto the Guru, then your life becomes more better. That is why he says all the troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. Whatever troubles that are there in your life, they go away. Okay? And very, very simply, you will find that even in Hindi movies or in Tamil movies and in every other place, all these our Indian, we are very full of movie everywhere. So even in that movie, have you not seen when the person is going and standing in front of God and is doing prayers and bhajans and kirtans, something nice is happening. Like in say a movie like Amar Akbar Antony, he says, Shirdi Wale Sai Baba. Have you heard this song or no? And Now then you see Manmohan Desai has come out with something, okay, something happens over there, nice stuff. Okay, see, that is exaggerated. But in the material world, when this is happening and you are listening to the satsangs, you are going to definitely get benefits of it. If not short term, at least in the long run, you will get the benefits. So he says, when you do service unto the Guru and the God and listen to the satsangs, then all your troubles will go away. Now, how do you do this? When the satsang is going on, either you are listening to the scriptures and after that you are listening to a bhajan or a kirtan. There are those songs of the gods, you must have heard of them. Now, in our this thing, it's a pure satsang because I don't have the time to do the bhajans and the kirtans and we are doing it online. So that is the reason why I can't do those things. But when you come over here, have you not heard we are doing all those songs, so many songs are going on continuously? It is because the atmosphere has to be very conducive. Even in churches, have you heard the choir boys and the girls, they are singing? It is there. So basically you will find that is the way how it is. Even in all these places, there are those kawals and all. They are singing God's songs only. Okay. So that is how it is to be. It is singing the songs of the divine. That is it. So these are the ways in which you can listen to the words and in the songs and your heart becomes pure. Now I have given you a story from before birth till just now. So you heard the reason why words can make a difference in a man's life. Got the answer? So these words should be holy words. Alright? So we are going to the next verse. As soon as irrevocable loving service is established in the heart, the effect of nature's mode of passion and ignorance, such as lust, desires, and hankering, disappear from the heart. Then the devotee is established in goodness and he becomes completely happy. Now, what happens to a human being? When he is listening to these satsangs, when all these good words of the Lord are being said over there, he is singing songs in his heart. Everything is going on in a very, very conducive manner. Are you thinking of any material things at that time? Do you know very clearly when you are going to say Balaji's temple, Tirupati? Okay? Or you are going to Lourdes? Or you are here in South India, we have Velankani temple is there. Okay? Or you are going to see all those images of Ma in Calcutta. Alright? You are going to see that. You set out in the day or in the evening, whenever. Are you only thinking of seeing Ma everywhere or no? When you are going to Balaji's temple, even if you are in the queue, are you not thinking, I will get the darshan today, I will get the darshan today? Are you focused in that? Some of you may be focused in the laddu also. Who knows? Okay? Now, depends on everybody. Now, what happens to that person? Even if he is pushing and jostling and this and that, what is he trying to do? He's trying to meet God. Isn't it? So your attention is always drawn towards that. Now, imagine people from behind come and they go in front. Something like that happens, when there is a crowd over there, you will find that there are people who will try to squeeze inside somewhere. Do you get angry? You know the reason why you get angry? Why are you getting in the line? You should go and stand behind. That is what we say. The reason is because you want to meet God first. You are bothered that the door should not close before you. Isn't that what you are bothered about? So your single pointedness is there. Right? Similarly, now there was Ganesh Chaturthi festival going on in Mumbai. Everybody went for this Lal Bagh Sa Raja. And in Pune also they had a very big Ganesha. Very big Ganesha. Okay? And that Ganpati Bappa is very, very big. Naturally, you see the amount of queue that is going to be there. Even Siddhivinayak in Mumbai, there's a huge queue. Nowadays, queues are there everywhere. There was a time when I could enter into Kali Ma's temple, Dakshineshwar, just like that. We would just enter over there. and we would get darshan. Today there is a big queue. You have to leave your phone behind, you have to leave everything outside. I mean, I don't understand why that is. But still, today because people are not that respectful. That is the reason why. But understand this. Are you interested in that? Yes. This is called single pointedness. When you have this single pointedness, in the satsang, you are focused in this. You are focused in the words of the Lord. And when you are focused in the words of the Lord, you are going to be very, very conducive towards it. So, irrevocable loving service is established in the heart. This is what happens to you. When you attend these temples or satsangs or all these meets, what happens to you is you get so involved in it, you get so lost in it, correct? And when you get so lost in it, your whole idea is to be there. Okay? And when you want to be there, you're going to be completely immersed in it. And then what happens? The effects of the mode of passion and ignorance. Because you're thinking of only that one, okay? Which is, let us say, Balaji, or Kalima, or somebody you are thinking of only one person. What happens to you? All the other thoughts that are there, supposed to be of the material world. I have to go to work. I have got money problems. I've got this, I've got that. All those problems, you keep them somewhere in the back of your mind. They are not there in front of you. So when you are focused in one activity, all your thoughts are in that activity. The rest of the thoughts are behind you somewhere. So he says the modes of nature, which is called passion and ignorance, they are translated into rajas and tamas. Okay, two activities, rajasic activity and tamasic activity. What happens is you are becoming sattvic in nature. At that point, you are only thinking of goodness, you are only thinking of meeting God, you are only thinking of praying to Him, and you will find that there are lots of people who are singing those songs. What do they say? Something Govinda, Govinda and all that, isn't it? I'm sure you have heard that words, I don't remember those words, but it's the same thing. Same thing when you go to any temple, Ganesha's temple or any other temple, those words are going to be there. Eduguntala, something, I don't know those words clearly, but that is what you say. Are you saying them? Are you taking his name? And when you are taking his name, your body becomes absolutely pure. Okay? And all these other desires that are there, which are connected to passion and lust, yes, Edguntala, Vada, Venkatramana, Govinda, whatever it is. You see, I don't know that language, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. This is what you say. And your body becomes purer. Such lust, desires and hankering disappear. They go away. You become purity. You become pure. They go away from your heart. It is like removing kachara. We want to clean the room, correct or no? Now before Durga Puja, naturally we have to clean the whole place. That is why you find all mess all over the place. That's why we're coming and cleaning. All the cleaning is going on over here continuously. So that cleaning has to be done. So from your heart, now why Durga Ma is coming, so let us do the cleaning. Durga Ma is coming. You got what I'm saying or no? Are you doing that? So something like that happens in the life. So they disappear from the heart. All these dirty stuff that is there, the lust, desire and hankering, they go. Then the devotee is established only in goodness. That is called Sattva-guna. And he becomes completely happy. Now who is saying these words? Sukhdev was saying these words to Parikshit. And these are the words which are very, very truthful. Okay. Then what happens? We go to the next verse, verse 20. Thus established in the mode of unalloyed goodness, the man whose mind has been enlivened by contact with devotional service to the Lord gains positive knowledge of Sri Krishna in the state of liberation and all from all material association. Now, the answer is this. When the sattva guna comes in a person, when you become sattvic in nature, because you are standing in the queue, you are listening to satsangs, you are singing songs. Every temple that I have gone to, I have seen people, they will loudly proclaim the name of God. Most of the time I don't understand because these are different languages, see? So, but they are still calling out the names. I've been to Kanjivaram, I've been to Madurai, I've been to all these places. And there's a picture which I'm going to post very soon. That particular picture, those people were talking in a language which I don't understand from Adam. Okay? But they were singing songs of the Lord. And the priest, whose picture I will post, he is the person who is one of the greatest priests over there. All right. Now, he was doing a prayer with me. Okay. Now, I become the Yajmana and he becomes the person who says those prayers for me. Because I don't understand that language, isn't it? And now, this is Balinese. This is in Bali. And in Bali, they speak a different language. I don't understand it, but I visited all the Bali temples. And this temple where I went is a temple which is Varun Dev's temple. Varun Dev is the god of the sea. There is a very ancient linga over there, which is a green color linga, which has come from the Himalayas. Okay? And below this temple is the domain of one of the greatest devotees of Krishna. His name is Kaliya. I'm sure you have heard of Kaliya the snake and his wives. They were living in that pond over there. We are going to do his story. So this is the domain of Kaliya. What makes you think that he didn't go to Bali? See, the thing is, hardly anybody knows this. So, well, this is how it is. So when I met the priest, I was telling him the importance of that place because it is not written in any history. Nowhere it is written. So when people come to me, I tell them, this is how it is going to be. So go, see the places. You see, these are beautiful places. And when you go to these places, am I thinking of Krishna standing on top of the hood of Kaliya and doing that dance? You see, the whole point of it is you get lost in Krishna at that time. Got it? And Varun Dev is the person who gave him Sahara. He said, okay, you come and stay over here. Now you will ask me, is this true? Of course. You know now why did Kaliya go to India in the first place? There was this bird who was trying to act very smart with him. His name is Garuda. And Garuda and Kaliya had a very big fight. So Kaliya went with all his wife to India over here. And then he was staying there and he poisoned that lake. He was actually not poisoning the lake. He was staying there. He didn't want anybody to come. So when Sri Krishna enters the lake, when his ball was lost inside, you see, they were playing ball with the ball and the ball went inside. He met Kaliya over there and Kaliya told him, this is what happened to me. So what did Krishna do? Krishna subdued the snake and told him, now please go back to the place where you came from. I will send you to Varun Dev again. And he sent him to Varun Dev. That is Varuna's temple. Okay. It is called Tana Lot. Tana Lot is in the middle of the sea. So I hope you understand. The devotee of God is always going to be having goodness. So he went away and Garuda was told, don't trouble him. Don't trouble Kaliya snake. Now you will ask me, but is this story true? Of course it is true. What is the name of the airlines of Indonesia? Garuda Airlines. When you exit from Bali airport, what do you see over there? Sri Krishna is standing, giving his talk, the Bhagavad Gita. He's explaining Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna over there. Do you understand this? The temple which I went to was this temple. There are beautiful temples over there, except that they believe in the unmanifest God. It's okay, it doesn't matter. But I hope you understand. So this is the way in which unalloyed goodness comes to a person when you come in contact with the devotional service to the Lord. When the Guru is talking and he is giving you satsangs and you are listening to these words, at that moment in time, you are going to get all the beautiful experiences which go along with the satsangs. You get knowledge, you get stories of the God, you feel nice about it, you sing songs, and all kinds of devotional services happen. And with the devotional service to the Lord gains positive scientific knowledge. Now, when you say scientific knowledge, it is not science related, okay? This is, like I was talking in the morning, epigenetics, the kind of thing that is there. Likewise, this is that kind of a science. The science which keeps you one-on-one connected with the Lord. That kind of science. Spiritual world. Okay? You can't explain 90% of it what happens over there. You don't even know what is happening. When you are in yoga, when you are doing pranayama, do you even understand what is happening? No, you don't understand most of the things. So leave it at that. Okay? Sometime I will explain it to you. But right now you understand this. This kind of knowledge comes to you. Like today I gave you some knowledge. Okay, from the beginning of the satsang till just now, I gave you some amount of knowledge. Now you will understand why a baby has to be in a very healthy environment. I hope you understand that. You see, you have to become a very, very good parent. Understand this. And then as you grow up, you have to become a good human being. That is why he is keeping on saying goodness, 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 unalloyed goodness. What is that goodness all about? Goodness is goodness only, satoguna. And that is what you got to do. And then you will reach the stage of liberation from material association. So all these material worldly things that are there around you, human beings, objects, houses, this, that, everything that is there, you will get rid of it. You will live over there. Nobody says you have to throw everything away. No, you will be there. But that kind of, that desire, I want. You're not going to say today or tomorrow I want to become like the richest man in the world. If God wants to make you the richest, he will make you richest. Okay. If God wants to send Elon Musk's rockets to the moon or Mars, he will send. If he doesn't want to send, he is not going to send. We don't have to get into it. Why bother so much about it? So, but goodness will come to you. You will start becoming detached from all these things. I hope you get this point. All right. So we have come to the end of verse 20. We will stop over here.
Recording stopped.